More than 100,000 people get benefits for ADHD with no need to seek work. Adult ADHD diagnoses drive 4.2 million prescriptions. Middle-aged women fuel ADHD drug surge. Unbearable, right? Let's talk about what it costs to have ADHD in a world that prints this shit out every week. And remember Desperate Housewives? It's gonna make a cameo. Somewhere out there in this vast world of ours, there is someone who's gaming the system. That person exists. Probably more than one person. The problem is you can complain about how some people are gaming the system. Some people are just using this to do stuff, but not all people, not the majority of people. ADHD is a proven diagnosis that exists. You can't just say everyone that says they have it is a liar or just taking advantage of it. That's factually incorrect. Basically, you're frustrated by some people who are lying and putting a verdict on millions of people? Why? What is that about? The odds are not in the favor of these complainers, because how many people do you think are out there getting diagnosed with a proven mental disability, getting treated for it in a way that is at the very least kind of dangerous for their heart, just for fun? Just because they don't feel like doing work, just because they feel like gaming the system. It's not worth it. What are the odds people are doing all of this for fun, for laziness? I don't think they're very high. Do you? What are the odds that the majority of us, the vast majority of us, are entitled, spoiled brats? What are the odds? What are you fighting against? A horde of entitled, spoiled brats, or a bunch of people getting help, finally, for something they've been needing to get help for a long time ago? Outrage sells, and we all know that. Selling this idea of this deterioration of the human spirit, how nowadays nobody wants to work anymore and nobody wants to do anymore, that sells. There's people that are buying this. But let's talk about it all more deeply first. So as you already know, I have ADHD. A lot of people do. Maybe you do. When people say that people are taking advantage of these prescriptions, of this diagnosis, they are pointing a finger at us, all people who were ever diagnosed with ADHD. And that makes people start questioning us continuously. When people say people are taking advantage of this, that makes people question us. When people say people are getting prescriptions they don't need, that makes people and prescribers, doctors, clinics, pharmacists not trust us. It makes it harder for the vast majority of us with ADHD. So many people. What? Because some people gamed the system? So what? Some people huff glue and paint. Does that mean that every person who's buying glue and paint is out there trying to huff it and sell it to kids to huff it themselves? No. Then why are we treating all people with ADHD like they did something wrong, like they will do something wrong, like they're just planning and can't wait to do something wrong? What did we do? What are we gonna do? What do you want? I've been rewatching Ted Lasso recently, and I got a good reminder of a very good sentence he says may be attributed to Walt Whitman, but apparently it's not, and nobody knows whose it is, but who cares? Be curious, not judgmental. And oh my God, can people be curious and not judgmental to us, please? Because nobody cares. Nobody ever asks. So someone asks me what I do for a living, and I say that I'm an ADHD coach, and they immediately assume I'm talking about kids, not teens even. Kids, always, young kids. And they think it's great. And I'm like, well, no, I work with adults actually. And never has anyone ever asked why I do it, how I do it, how one could help an adult with ADHD, what kind of help an adult with ADHD needs, what it means to be a coach for an adult with ADHD. No one asks those questions ever. They just say okay, and they kind of tune out, which I think is very funny for an ADHDer to see, but also pretty insulting. I used to study for years to become a mental health counselor, and when I used to do that, people were so curious. People would ask all the time what kind of populations I'm interested in working with, what kind of topics and things I would like to work with. They would ask me what I was excited about, what got me into the field, and they even said I was brave, and it's good that people like me exist because I can handle helping people in their hard times and stuff. But now, silence. It's like ADHDers don't even deserve help. Every time I tell people my job, it's kind of like I tell people my job is like, I don't know, testing toys. Like a job that someone doesn't consider to be a real job. Like, oh, it doesn't matter then. But doesn't it, to help people with ADHD handle their life and mind and how they handle things, is that not important? Why? And from my experience, I can tell you that all of this is because of the term ADHD being attached to it. People don't have that curiosity towards ADHD. They think they got it, they think they know it, and they judge it. Be curious, not judgmental. Now, I can't tell you about one single time that I've told someone that I have ADHD and they were curious. What's it like for you? What's hard for you? What's easy? What does it mean? Anything. Not a single question. If anything, the only response it gets is an eye roll. Every time I say it, people roll their eyes. Kind of like I'm using it as an excuse. Like I'm saying it to get out of things. I'm saying it so that they would cut me some slack. I'm not. I'm just saying it. Nobody ever says, let me learn from this. Let me learn about you. What is hard for you? What's easy for you? What can be done? Anything. Because nobody wants to learn, which I think is really funny considering they love saying that about us. Regarding prescriptions, I have never in my life been ashamed of taking prescription medication. I don't know if it's because I grew up watching too much TV or whatever, and everybody on TV was just taking meds, but I've always seen it as a completely normal and natural thing. Because of that, I never hid my prescription bottles whenever I would need to take my pills. But through the years, I've learned to do that because people would side-eye me. People would keep kind of trying to figure out what medication I'm taking. And they would look at me weird. They would say things behind my back or to my face just because of that. I'm going to be fair with you. I still have no idea what the problem is. Some people take antacids. Some people take their heart medications. Some people take diabetes stuff. I take my ADHD stuff. So what? Most people take something, right? Speaking of the medication, every single month, getting the medication is a whole thing. And if the pharmacy doesn't have it, oh my God, it's a whole thing. And it's up to you to find it and figure it out and go pharmacy by pharmacy and actually search for it. And they're going to treat you like you're seeking drugs, always. And then once a year, you have to do a prior authorization for your insurance, at least if you live in the US, which is a nightmare because you have to prove to them why you need that specific dose. If you change your doctor by any chance, you're gonna have to bring a list of every medication you've ever tried to take and supplement and everything and how long and what it did and what it didn't do so that they dare to prescribe you with the same medication you've always been taking. If you change insurance or insurance changes on you because of your job or whatever, get ready to bring a list of all the ADHD medications you've ever tried because it's more than prior authorization now. Now they really need proof. This is a medication I've been taking regularly and steadily for 20 years, and it has been immensely helpful for me. And yet we are continuously questioning it. Question better things. How about we question a cure for cancer? How about we question if we can figure out a cure for Alzheimer's? But seriously, every single thing related to having ADHD and to your ADHD feels like you yourself, the person who has ADHD and has a really hard time doing things, have to explain yourself over and over and over again 1,000,000 times to the entire world. Why? And then after all of that, if you even mention your ADHD to anyone you work with, to your friend group, to anyone, you mention your ADHD and suddenly it's excuses. It's just whining. It's just you trying to get treated better than everyone else. It's just you trying to get out of things. I'll tell you the full story a different time, but I got kicked out of 2 different mental health counseling programs due to having ADHD. But I got kicked out by the mental health department, the therapy department. And I've always thought that's strange and interesting. They were really mean about it too. Yeah. And the last one that did it told me,
"We've had neurodivergent students and none of them acted like you."
I have no idea what I did. It's not like I blacked out or anything. I've asked them, can you give examples? I'm so sorry. First of all, I'm so sorry. And second, can you give me an example of what exactly I said or did that was problematic so I can learn from it? And they were like,
"You know what you did."
So, nope. they couldn't give examples or let me know what I did. So whatever it was that other neurodivergent students didn't do and I did must have been terrible. Having ADHD is difficult, and it's made so much more difficult by the world constantly questioning it. Are you a drug seeker? Are you some kind of lazy bastard? Are you entitled? It's always the assumption that something about you is shady. Oh well. So ADHD is always seen as an excuse, right? An excuse for what? Like, do you think we like this? Do you think I enjoy living like this? That I enjoy this? Do you think I wouldn't rather feel that I'm in control of my own life and my body in a fuller way? I'd love that. I have ADHD, so I don't feel in full control. I don't have the ability to just do things the way other people do. I don't have the can-do spirit other people have. I can't get up and just do. I would stay put to my detriment in a life or death situation. That is a bad thing to have. That's not me being lazy. If you're a parent and you're feeling this, which a lot of us are, you can become meaningfully depressed because all of the other parents around you, especially mothers, just get up and do things, whether they like it or not. But we can't do that. It doesn't come naturally. We need help, be it through meds, coaching, therapy, anything really. We need help. Otherwise, we're stuck. We are stuck. Having ADHD is not a joke. And yet it is constantly treated like a joke. It's not a joke. Having ADHD is not, oh, a squirrel. It's, oh, I can't get myself to get up. I can't get myself to make myself food. I can't get myself to clean around me. And the dirtier and messier it is around me, the more depressed I'm becoming. And I can't do anything about it. Having ADHD is not a joke. So back to the Ted Lasso line, be curious, not judgmental. So jumping straight to conclusions about people, jumping straight to this is a scam, this is an excuse, you are spoiled, you are lazy, that is judgment. Aren't you a little bit curious about what it means that this many people have ADHD? What does it mean about them, about the world, about what we expect from so many people and so many people can't live up to? Doesn't that make you even a little curious? Doesn't it make you curious that there's people out there that are so different than you? I personally love stuff like that. I'm going to be fair with you. I loved the dress conundrum. I thought it was fascinating. I always saw it as blue and black. My husband saw it as white and yellow at first, and then he saw it as blue and black, and now he can't see the white and yellow anymore. And I think that's fascinating because how in the world are we both looking at the same picture, seeing a different thing? How in the world do I hear Annie and you're hearing Laurel? How is it that now it's been many, many years and now I can almost never hear Annie and I can almost always only hear Laurel?
Laurel.
Is it age? I don't know. I'm curious. Don't you want to live your life with more curiosity? I feel like no one has ever been on their deathbed being like, I just wish I had more judgment. I wish I judged people a little more. Be curious, not judgmental. Okay, Desperate Housewives time. Hey! In season 1 of Desperate Housewives, which first aired in 2004, Lynette had her twin boys, who are rambunctious and messy and all over the place, diagnosed with ADD, which I don't think is right. I think the H belongs there. By the way, fun fact, we no longer medically do the ADD and ADHD thing because it was found that the hyperactivity is always there. It's just mental. And you know that it is. You know when you're like in your own head, but you're like silent? ADHD. So they were diagnosed with ADHD, and they were given medication. I assume Adderall. And she gets the medication, but decides not to medicate them. I don't know why. I don't know what that decision is. And she starts taking their pills herself. She starts on a night when she needs to stay up and make costumes for them for a school play. And she kills it. She does it all. Now she's super mom. She can fold clothes. She's good on pickup and drop off times. She's like a queen in that. She can make things for them for school. She's helping their homework. She's on top of her game. Then her husband has a work dinner and he brings her along and she takes the meds for it. And she outshines him and impresses the hell out of the senior partners of his firm. And she's a treat. A delight. She is absolutely killing it. Lynette on meds is the best Lynette. Then she runs out of the medication. She doesn't know what to do. She literally asks another mom for her meds, and the mom turns her down. So instead, she arranges a play date. And while the kids are outside playing, she goes inside that family's house and she takes pills from that family's medicine cabinet, which, of course, the show frames as a new low. I'm pretty sure it's like a federal crime. So she starts seeing a therapist about her exhaustion and how she just feels like she can't handle all of the things. That's kind of what led her to start taking the meds. And she confesses to taking the meds. And literally this healthcare professional is sitting in front of her and not once is going, I don't know, maybe you have it. Maybe the reason your two kids have it is because you have it. Maybe it's genetic. Maybe we've known it's genetic for years. Not a thing is being said to her. Just silence and shame. And she calls herself weak and a bad mother. And I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling.
It's so humiliating. Other moms don't need help. Other moms make it look so easy. All I do is complain.
And eventually, her husband hires a nanny that would help her. And so she eases off the meds. But no one has ever brought up, hey, Lynette, you might have ADHD. You might need meds. Nope, just meds bad. Meds kids. Meds not adults. Adults meds bad. And I just think that's weird. I vividly remember watching this and being like, that's weird. She seems to be doing well on the meds. So we are at a fork in the road. We have multiple options of how to treat it, what to do, how to look at it. We have fight, be left alone, or stop caring. First, let's talk about fight. Fight makes sense when you can feel your rights or your honor being taken away from you. I did that. I did it differently with both of the schools that kicked me out. And with the last one, I did it honorably and very, very properly. I made sure there's a paper trail. I studied. I did everything. And I went to lawyers and I went to associations, everything. And everyone told me the same thing. It's not that you don't have a case, they said. It's just that I wouldn't be the one to take it one by one. And so eventually, I didn't have a case because nobody wanted to take my case. It's like an interesting thing. The David and Goliath story is so old. It's literally from the Bible. And yet people still pick Goliath no matter what. You can always stand behind Goliath. Goliath will protect. People will keep picking Goliath, always. They're not going to pick David. But I'm not going to say, don't fight. You're not going to always succeed. I didn't. But I don't regret fighting. I think that the more Davids we have in the world, the easier it is for us and the better equipped we are to fight Goliath. Just a bunch of little Davids. So fight, but know that fighting doesn't mean winning. Not always. And that's okay. You still fought. Next is be left alone. What it is a choice to say, stay out of my body. Let me take what I need to take and do what I need to do to function. And you stay out of my business and I'll stay out of yours. Being left alone means people stop reading you between the lines and everything for evidence that you are rude, that you are disrespectful, that you are not caring, that you are this, that you are that. Being left alone. Will you be left alone if you choose it? I don't know. But it's a choice to prefer it. To say, none of your business. And finally, stop caring. All of us really want to stop caring, don't we? At least a little. I mean, we care so much and we care what people think about us. If we could just turn that off, we would be so happy, I think, or we wouldn't care. Who knows? Basically, stop caring means all of this happens anyway. You get screwed over, you get kicked out, you get put in a remediation plan, you get called things, you get disrespected, and you go, whatever. You don't know anything, clearly. You don't understand anything. It's the knowledge that one day these people are going to feel stupid because one day they will find out that what you said, what you believed in, what you were like was real. One day, of course, people will know that ADHD is a very real thing. They're bound to. And then they're all going to feel pretty stupid for calling it an excuse all this time. As soon as we tell people what we have, what we are, what we're like, who we are, we get treated like this. That isn't normal. That isn't okay. The idea of vilifying all of these different people for taking meds, for getting help, for talking about their ADHD, it probably comes from some kind of grief. You know, this idea of I white-knuckled things, I fought hard, I fought through and had to live a life that wasn't good. You should too, but you shouldn't. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know if a person that you think is spoiled as hell wasn't able to peel themselves out of bed. You don't know that they are able and just need a little push. You don't know that. The world I live in, the world we all should live in, is a world where you go, okay, if there is help that can be given, let's do it, so that a person can do what they can do. So if a person says, I have a disability and I need this thing or that thing to give me just a little boost so that I can actually do the thing, understand that they're not asking for favors. They just want a level playing field. Socrates said, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Be curious, not judgmental. I'll see you next time.